Thanks, Harrison. What we had here was a classic tale of a 3SH showdown at the cage match. We had our challenger Showy going up first, and they got the suggestion of porcelain, which they used in a deconstruction where the first scene had Margaret, who everyone keeps calling Margarita or Marguerite, and then Trudy, who overcharges for lemonade, and we saw a secret lemonade inspector who goes around town judging different lemonades. Then, from that deconstruction scene, we saw a rich girl who knows nothing about the poor girl, whose family works for the rich girl, who knows everything about the rich girl. Then we saw a peppermint sous chef that doesn't do any work. We saw Neil, the dad that wants to decide everything by wrestling. We saw a high-can counselor who hallucinates Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Tony Bennett, who isn't part of the Rat Pack, but technically is part of that same era. And they ended it all with a lemonade inspector callback and a deconstruction scene visit with great separate challenges. Then we had our champions Shakedown going up second. They got the suggestion of diving board, which they used in the first scene, where we saw a fat kid at the pool that didn't want to take his shirt off, and a hot mom teacher that grades students based on their physical appearance. Then we saw a classic alien versus Indian scene run into a laid-back, weed-smoking ID4 scene. Then we saw nonchalant murderers discussing the pickle they're in, the confusion of weigh-in day, an affectionate and reverse affectionate couple watching the transporter with an ID4 callback. Then we saw a 1995 Washington Mutual whose motto is "Nobody is above anyone else," and they always break out into Sugar Ray songs, this one being Someday. Then we saw a teacher-student dating second beat, where we learned you can order beef and broccoli, hold the broccoli, and then it ends up being just beef, and they ended it all with a legless fucking button. What happened in the end? Shakedown wins 6, and you can see him next week against the amazing indie team Turbo Karen at the UCB LA Cage Match. For UCB LA Cage Match, I'm Jonny Svarzbein reminding you to vote for Turbo Karen next week, and anything can happen in a cage match.